Hey guys, it's Allie with Bold North Frenchies. I wanted to do a quick video today about our contracts. Hello, this is London. Okay, she wants to be a part of it too. So I want to talk, a lot of people ask us about our contracts. I want to make very clear how they work and talk just a couple things about them. There's two main contracts that we use. One is, and I know it's kind of old school, but I keep them on my computer, but I also keep them printed out in a binder because I am just old school and I like to see the printout and have the contract here. We also, per our state licensing, we keep all of our contracts in a super large binder and keep track of where our litters go. In case there's some sort of brucellosis outbreak or something like that, the state needs to be able to contact every licensed breeder's buyers. It's just a precaution. The way that our contracts work is the contract is a protection for the buyer. Okay, so it has our health guarantee, it basically has our no refund policy, it has all of that. It is a protection for a buyer. So we always sign our contract and we email it to our buyer. And by state law, the buyer is not required to sign the contract and send it back. Receiving the contract and completing the transaction, AKA sending the money, is the buyer's admission and acceptance of the contract. So again, a contract as a buyer, it is your responsibility to return the contract signed. So if I have a signed contract and I don't have the other person's signature on there, but I have proof that I sent it to them that has our health guarantee and things like that, I have done my part. We always send a follow-up email and say, hey, just a reminder, you have not returned the contract. Now, of course, we're always going to stand by our health guarantee, but a lot of breeders will say, you haven't returned the contract with the signature, therefore the health guarantee is not valid. But I want to make very clear that the contract with us signing it and sending it to a buyer, we have done our due diligence, and therefore it is the buyer's responsibility to return the contract. Okay, so that's really important for you to remember as a buyer. As far as legally, we say contract, but it really is a health guarantee that we are providing for our dog. So contract probably even isn't the correct verbiage. The correct verbiage would be you are receiving a health guarantee. I recently had an issue where someone purchased a puppy from me, and we did not notice this, but apparently they noticed that the puppy had a slight blood in their stool, which is super common with Giardia and just with the stress of a puppy. But you know, it is something that is very common with, especially with French Bulldog puppies, because they tend to eat their own poop. The person we had sent the contract and sent a follow-up email, and they never returned it. We had sent the signed guarantee. I'm going to call it a health guarantee. And so they did not want to bring the dog in for a fecal. I offered $100 to bring the dog in for a fecal. I was happy to do that, and they declined that. They said that was laughable and they would have to go to an emergency vet for a fecal, which is false. And therefore said they want to return the dog. And I said, no, the health guarantee, it's clearly some sort of parasite, which again is super common with French Bulldog puppies. And therefore the health guarantee clearly states that, we are not responsible for those parasites. Now, of course, I'll do the right thing and offer to pay for a fecal exam, which is not more than $100. And I also will pay for the medication. But again, people have to understand that if you are buying a dog and you receive the signed health guarantee from us, we have done our part. It's actually, it's for your protection. And if you don't return it to us signed, we actually legally have the right to not uphold our health guarantee. That's true. So I just want to mention that. Now, as far as the stud contract, we, in our contract, with shipped semen, we only stand behind the shipped semen in the breeding if it's TCI or surgical. The reason why is doing regular AI on shipped semen is basically like taking it and putting it down the sink in a lot of cases. Your likelihood of success reduces dramatically. Okay, so have in your contract for your studs that it has to be done TCI, transcervical insemination, or surgical. That's one. Number two is progesterone testing needs to be done. It can't be guessing, oh, well, you know, my male is paying attention to her. No. If we are shipping semen and you're going through this big cost, please invest in progesterone testing. The buyer pays for collection and shipping, which is very standard, which is $300 on our end. And also we guarantee a litter. A litter is 2 puppies or more, assuming you took them for progesterone testing, assuming you did TCI or surgical, and let's say for some reason your girl doesn't take, which does happen even with proven studs. I know people don't like to talk about it, but it's true. We're not God. Okay, you want to get down? So basically, we guarantee a litter, which is 2 puppies, and then we offer a free rebreed. You only just have to pay for the collection and shipping. So it's just an additional $300 for us to collect the semen, box it up, package it properly, and overnight ship it to you, okay? So make sure that you have those elements in your contract. You know, our stud contracts are pretty straightforward. And I'm just looking at the one with facts. It's also, as a stud owner, we guarantee that as soon as you contact us to get that litter registered, we will be on it. I know a lot of us are, you know, you're waiting to get that litter registered and get that paperwork going. We never leave our customers waiting for that. I always make it a top priority when I receive that request. So that is something that we guarantee as well. We also guarantee that our studs have been health tested, that we frequently test their count and motility, and that, you know, that we are doing our due diligence to make sure that we are sending you good quality semen from a good quality stud. Okay, so it's really, really important, guys, that you get your contracts in order. Our contract was actually written by an attorney that we paid, that we use for our other business, who also does some of this on the side, and our contract is quite lengthy. And again, we actually don't even call it a contract. We call it as you can see here, a purchase agreement. Okay, because we sign it saying we stand by all of these things that we say in this contract or this purchase agreement, and therefore it is your responsibility then to sign it and send it back to make this purchase agreement valid. Okay, so your health guarantee is activated. Now I will say I have never once had somebody reach out to me and say, well, I'm having this issue, and be like, well, you didn't sign the purchase agreement. I will work with you, but you're not going to get a refund on your puppy because they have simple parasites. I mean, it's just very, it's out of our control. As you guys know, I am like anal when it comes to cleanliness. I mean, big time. But I cannot stop puppies from eating their poop when I happen to go upstairs and take care of my other dogs or my kids or something like that. I mean, we clean up our grass pad, and I'm not exaggerating, probably twice an hour, and I'm not exaggerating. Even in the middle of the night, we will get up and clean the grass pad when we have multiple puppies. Because you just need to do it. You need to keep it clean. We replace it every single day. We clean it with Odoban and Kenasol and do our best to keep these puppies healthy. And that's really what's important to us. So hopefully you guys found this advice helpful. I think it's really, really important as breeders that we stand with each other, we support each other, that we share ideas, and we also understand that you're gonna run into some things like this as a breeder, and people are threatening to bash you and do all this. If you have everything in writing and you do everything to your best of ability with good morals and character, and you really try to always do the right thing, that's all you can do. Okay, so it's inevitable. You are going to run into problems. It just is part of the business. But again, if you have your purchase agreement and your health guarantee and you stand by it, you sign it and you send it off, it's their responsibility to follow up and sign it and send it back for their protection. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful, guys. Have a great day.